Rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Patriot Unfiltered Raw.
Not so good. But few could have imagined that he would be such a disaster for this country, what they've done. Inflation is the worst it's been in 40 years. Gas prices are up 50%. The grocery shelves, the department store shelves, they're empty. You had an excuse not to buy Christmas gifts. You say to your loved one, darling, I'm sorry, I love you very much, but I just can't. There's no merchandise in Tiffany. I wanted to buy the most beautiful ring, but they don't have any rings anymore. Nobody has anything. We never even heard the term supply chain. You know, if you talk supply chain, is not something that we even talked about, and that's what happened. And it's a very sad thing. The streets of the Democrat-run cities are drenched in blood with record-high murders and drug deals and human trafficking. There are 4 times more COVID cases. Remember, I'm going to get rid of COVID. I'm going to get rid of COVID. 4 times more cases than ever before. Today, the hospital set a record, brand new record. Our beautiful, strong southern border from 1 year ago, it was all set, it was all finished, it was beautiful. We had the best numbers we've ever had at the southern border, and that includes drugs coming into our country. We cut it down to a number that nobody thought was possible. And now it's up 7 times more than it was a year ago. Think of it, 7 times more. Our border's been abolished and illegal aliens are pouring into our country by the millions and millions and millions, and we don't even know where the hell they're coming from. We know nothing about it, but you're going to pay a big price. Biden has utterly humiliated our nation on the world stage. Putin is not only threatening Ukraine. I don't know if you've been reading about this, but now he's threatening to go into Cuba and Venezuela. That's a lack of respect, and we never had that problem, did we? There was no problem with Putin and Ukraine. There was no problem with President Xi in Taiwan. China, Russia, and Iran are engaging in aggression and provocations they never would have dared do just 1 year ago. They would never have done any of this. They're toying with us. They're toying with us. That's exactly what's happening. And our woke military leaders, these are not people that are respected by Russia and China and North Korea. Kim Jong-un, he's starting to shoot missiles again. Do you notice? He's starting to shoot the missiles. And all the press back there. And by the way, more importantly, forget them. Look at the people as far as the eye can see. Look at the people.
Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast. All right, guys, welcome to today's podcast. Happy Sunday to my fellow listeners and followers of the Patriot Angle Podcast. Thank you for following us, and thank you for subscribing to our episodes, whether it's on Spotify, Google, or Apple Podcasts, which is our 3 big ones that we basically broadcast here on. Thank you. Thank you for choosing to listen to this podcast. It means a lot, guys. It really does. Before we go any further, guys, I would like to say this episode today is brought to you by StreamYard. Yes, our good friends at StreamYard. Thank you very much for allowing us, the Patriot Angle Podcast, to stream live video content on that network. Thank you again, our good friends at StreamYard. Guys, if you're looking for a professional studio company, StreamYard is it. It's that company and all more, guys. It's very professional. They do a lot of professional base of their content. It's internet based. What I mean by that, guys, is basically when you sign up, you're going to get a studio internet browser based type of production. It's really, really impressive, guys. You got to check them out. Head over to StreamYard.com, sign up today, and tell them you heard it from the Patriot Angle Podcast. We use it here, guys. Phenomenal. Doesn't hurt the wallet, and it's very affordable. That being said, guys, welcome to today's show. As you can see, I'm feeling a little bit better. I've been battling some seasonal allergies for like the last couple weeks now. And my voice is like literally clearing out. Right around December, early January, I always get these damn allergies. Always. They just seem like they always like to cling on to me around, the end of December, the first week into the new year. I always get the same allergies. No, guys, it's not COVID. It's allergies. And I really don't want to explain it. I really shouldn't have to explain the difference between seasonal allergies and COVID, because that seems to be the new norm, right? COVID, right? COVID is the new norm. But as you can see, guys, I plugged in to today's episode the opener here on the episode. Donald Trump had a massive rally last night in Arizona. Anybody check out that rally on TV? It was massive, guys. It was a big one. A lot of people in the audience, literally, just showing their support, their love, and their respect for President Trump, right? It's okay. We could say it. President Trump, in my eyes, in many people's eyes, he's still the president of the United States. And a lot of people are starting to see that the election was stolen from him. It was. Don't get me wrong, it was. Probably the most rigged election, not only in modern times, but in U.S. history. I mean, you want to talk about a wacky, quacky type of election. Yeah, this one right here back in November of 2020, it tops them all. But there was a lot of key talking points that Trump was basically narrating last night in Arizona. Talked about the failure of the Biden administration. He talked about, literally talked about failure after failure under Joe Biden. Talked about the border crisis. Talked about the supply chain crisis. Talked about inflation. Talked about shortages, staff shortages at companies. Talked about prices, right? Grocery prices, rent, mortgages at an all-time high. Talked about a lot of stuff that needed to be discussed. And the American people, folks, are fed up with this Biden administration. They want answers. And we the people demand the answers. It's going on a full year, guys. A full year since Joe Biden has taken office. And, we feel that Joe Biden has literally let us all down, not only as a nation, but as a society. Folks, just let this sink in. We once had the greatest economy in our nation's history under President Trump. The greatest economy, the best jobs, low taxes. Everything was great under Donald Trump. Are we seeing that under Joe Biden? Ha! Yeah, right. We're seeing the total opposite. But here's something, guys. You know, as I was kind of, realizing this, as a blind sight, right? Does Biden remind anyone else of the kid who was always having the ball taken away from him, and now that he has it, he has no idea what the hell to do with it? I mean, remember that when you were a kid? You never got to get the ball, or you never got picked for the team. You were always that one last kid on the bench or on the sidelines, and no one would pick you. Now all of a sudden, someone picks you for some kind of crazy scenario. You're on the team. You got a chance to get the ball. But now that you have everything in the grasp of your hand, you don't know what the hell to do with it. That's Biden, folks. Completely lost. He reminds me of the creepy banjo kid from the movie Deliverance. Does anybody remember that movie? The creepy banjo kid from the movie Deliverance? That's Joe Biden. Yeah. Right? I wish, right? He has filled our government from top to bottom with woke Bolsheviks who do not respect freedom, faith, liberty, or justice. They don't, folks. They're woke Bolsheviks who don't respect anything in this land that we call America. Lady Liberty. Justice. They don't respect a damn thing. They're radical nut jobs that are tearing this country apart. Reminds me more of Walter from Jeff Dunham. That's this administration. Another example of what this administration reminds me of. But we got to see Donald Trump last night in Arizona, which is a great state. A lot of guest speakers were announced that night. I hate to say, we did have to wait a long time for Mr. Trump to come on the stage, but it was worth it. It was worth that hour and, hour and 20 minutes, right? It was worth it, guys. But, doesn't it feel like when Donald Trump is on a stage, in an arena, in an airport hangar, no matter where Donald Trump is, all of a sudden, life feels normal again. It does. It feels like we have the country back where it belongs. For the people, right? Because that's what this country was designed from our four founding fathers. They designed it to be for the people. Not the other way around. Not for this damn government. Worship God, not government. And that's where this damn administration has taken us. I promise, guys. I promised before I got on the airways here, before I started recording the episode, I would not get hysterical. I would not get excited. I would not lose my cool. But it's very hard. It's very hard to keep my composure. Not only as a podcast host, but as a conservative patriot of this free land we call America. Because we have a half-wit as president that doesn't even know what the damn day of the week is, let alone who the hell he is. Guys, none of us are perfect, but most of us have a common goal of not only keeping this country and its foundation intact, but doing right for humanity. We're not seeing this under this president. So, again, I say, so do we keep on fighting? Do we keep on pushing forward? Do we keep on voicing our opinions, our thoughts, our views, our political views for that matter? Do we keep on doing that? Is it all worth it, folks? Is it worth it? Is it worth for me as a podcast host to come on the airwaves, whether it's Spotify, Google, or Apple, or anywhere you hear my podcast? Is it worth even for me to spill this political jonder, if you want to call it that? Is it worth it? Yes, it's worth every damn word, folks. Every word. And I'll continue doing the same damn thing until I can't do it anymore. Because fighting for this country we call America, land of the free, home of the brave, it's worth it, folks. Because my freedom, my liberties, my way of life is worth every damn word of it. And it should be worth your life as well. Guys, I want to plug in some sound clips here onto the show of last night. I wish I could plug the entire rally in, but the rally, folks, was it was long. You know, Mr. Trump did speak for well over about an hour and a half, hour and 25, 30 minutes. I wish I can plug it in. But don't you worry, folks. If you did miss the rally last night in Arizona, I will put in the show notes here on the podcast. Okay? Whether you listen to it on Spotify, Google, or Apple, in the show notes, there'll be a link where you can click and watch that full episode. Matter of fact, I'm going to plug either Newsmax or Right Side Broadcasting. Either or. I think I'm going to do Newsmax because I'm a big fan of Newsmax. Why? Well, if anybody realized, guys, Newsmax is actually leading the pack now in cable television as a news channel. They are the top 5. Yeah. They're literally killing CNN. They're burning them up in ratings. No one watches CNN. If anybody realizes, CNN's ratings are down like 45, almost 50%. We all know it was happening. Who wants to tune into fake news when you can watch positive, unbiased news on Newsmax? Or you can go to Right Side Broadcasting, another good one. On, they were good. Don't get me wrong with On. I don't even see On anymore. They're pretty much like off the radar. I don't even see them pop up on Facebook notifications anymore. I think they're pretty much done On. But Right Side Broadcasting, Newsmax, yeah. You want conservative, real news, patriotic news that doesn't slander, that doesn't attack on any angle, such as CNN and MSNBC and even Fox from time to time. Check out Newsmax. They're all over the place. But check this out, guys. This is more of Donald Trump. I want to plug this in before we take a break. But yeah, this is more of Donald Trump last night. Listen to the audience. The crowd went nuts. Check this out, guys.
As far as the eyes, forget the cars, look at the people way back, and I mean like football fields back. And you know what? I would ask the press to turn your cameras around and show the kind of crowd that we have, because nobody's ever had a movement like this. Nobody's ever had spirit like this or a crowd like this. But see, they don't turn the cameras. They don't want to turn the cameras. They don't want to turn the cameras. And frankly, they moved the cameras into a bad location for us. They should have been put way back. They have magnifying lenses. They have lenses that could have handled it. But take a look behind you, press. Take a look, because when they show the kind of numbers that are represented tonight, some of the government people said it's the single biggest crowd they've seen yet. And they're not just talking about Arizona. Politicians prospered. The establishment protected itself, but not the citizens of our country. Their victories have not been your victories. Their triumphs have not been your triumphs. That all changes starting right here and right now. From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. It's going to be only America first, by American and hire American. No challenge can match the heart and fight and spirit of America. We will not fail. Our country will thrive and prosper again. We will reinforce old alliances and form new ones and unite the civilized world against radical Islamic terrorism, which we will eradicate completely from the face of the earth. We will be protected by the great men and women of our military and law enforcement. We will bring back our jobs. We will bring back our borders. We will bring back our wealth. And we will bring back our dreams. We will face challenges. We will confront hardships. But we will get the job done. Together, we will determine the course of America and the world for many, many years to come. This moment is your moment. It belongs to you. We have the Afghanistan crisis, the worst and most embarrassing moment in the history of the United States. The most embarrassing moment. We have the economy crisis. We have and this is really the woke military leadership crisis. When President Xi of China looks and sees what happened in Afghanistan, they don't have fear of us anymore. They don't have respect for us anymore. And you know what? They've taken some of the brand new beautiful equipment that was given, like when we surrendered over there. That was a surrender. And there's another one the press never talks about. Do you hear them ever talking about what happened? Not only the 13 soldiers, but the 28 great soldiers that were absolutely so badly wounded with...
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. As you can see, I'm plugging in some more bits here, some sound clips into the podcast episode today of President Donald Trump, his Save America rally last night in Arizona, which was packed. And when I mean packed, guys, the fucking numbers, the crowd numbers in that audience was off the charts. I'll say it. Off the fucking charts. My God. And I'm not using his name in vain, but wow. Impressive crowd there at the Trump rally last night in Arizona. But, you know, like Trump used to say, you don't hear him say it too much now anymore, but we know it's true. Would you have a fun time anywhere else besides a Trump rally? I mean, the people there, they were going crazy for Trump. But yet again, this is a man that lost big time to Joe Biden, right? Yeah, he lost. Oh God, did he lose, right? Guys, I'm being sarcastic, right? If this is a person that can draw not only hundreds of people, but tens of thousands of people at a rally, or anywhere he speaks for that matter, and on top of that, people that couldn't get in because they have to go by what's called a crowd control ordinance. They're only allowed to let so many people in, and then after that, they go by what's called they're maxed out, right? It's the capacity, right? It's full capacity. Once they reach full capacity, that's it. They have to pretty much say, sorry, folks, we can't let anybody in. I mean, I'm sure Donald Trump would love to have everyone at his rally, all of his followers, his supporters, the MAGA movement, the MAGA nation, right? He would love to have everybody there at the rally. But for safety, just like any other sporting event, or, not that this is a sporting event, but sporting events, folks, are the same way. Once you reach full capacity, whether it's an arena, a stadium, or a complex, wherever, guys, that's it. You have to shut the doors, unfortunately. But what I like about a Trump rally, and I've been to a couple, guys. I've been to like about 3 or 4 of them already. I've been to one Save America rally, and then I've been to 3 other campaign rallies when he was running for public office in 2015, 2016. And I can tell you, what's good about going to a Trump rally, guys, okay, is the folks that can't get in because they reach full capacity, they have these big, giant, like, monitors, screens that you would see like at a stadium, right, a football stadium or something, and they show the live rally right outside of the venue there for the people that couldn't get in, so they could still be part, or at least feel like they're part of the rally, which is awesome. That says a lot, guys. Not only does this President Trump care about his fellow Americans, but he cares about the people that are on the outside there, that are watching the rally. That says a lot, guys. But my God, guys, did you see that? Oh my, what? I mean, there was a lot of key points being explained last night. I watched the entire rally last night, and I can tell you right now, I was like shaking my head like with excitement, and I'm like, you know what? If this guy's gonna run, stop holding back, Trump. Stop. If you're gonna run, sir, announce to the people, announce to your supporters that you're coming back in 2024 and you're gonna save this country from Delusional Joe. Which I think we got a little sneak peek last night. I think he dropped a lot of so-called hint bombs, on the country, and he basically, in a good way, guys. Don't listen to Mike from the Patriot Angle. No, guys. A hint bomb is basically like a spoiler, right? He dropped a lot of spoilers that he was going to, run for president in 2024. And if it's true, I hope it's true. Because, I think that this man, Donald Trump, is the one that can truly save this country from the hell on earth that we're in, that we're all suffering from. This is the guy. He was made for this. And we need to elect him back into public office. We need to elect him back as president of the United States. I keep on telling friends and family and everybody, even colleagues of mine in my other line of work, let's bring back 45. Let's bring back 45 and put 46 in the retirement home, right? I mean, I think that's where Joe belongs. He guys, don't get me wrong. He's been in office for 40 plus years. And this is not just a political message. But what the hell has Joe done? Absolutely nothing. He hasn't done a damn thing in 40 plus years. He's been killing our wallets more than doing good. All you independent fact checkers, you want to do something, go ahead and fact check it. I dare you. I dare you. Come up with some type of positive thing that Joe's done in 40 years. Go ahead. I'll wait. You can email me on the show. You can leave a comment on my social media. Go ahead. I'll wait. You know why I won't get any responses back from any of the liberals that probably listen to this show, guys? Is because they won't find a damn thing that Joe Biden has done for the American people, or this country for that matter. They won't find a damn thing about Joe. Nope. They won't find a damn thing that Joe Biden has done for this country. I hate to laugh, but it's true, guys. You know, I get off on a little side note here. I was talking to a friend of mine. Well, I wouldn't really call him a friend. I mean, I'm not being mean or anything, but I was talking to I guess you could say it was like a colleague, right? A person that I see from time to time, you know. I was talking to him the other day, and he happens to be, you know, he's a liberal, right? He's a, you know, he's for, you know, the society, the message, I guess, where America's going today. And, you know, I was talking to him, and I said, you know, you support Joe Biden, right? And he says, oh, yeah, he's doing a remarkable job as president. I said, well, you know, I beg to differ. There would be a lot of people that would disagree with you on that subject and topic. And there was a pause from him. And he basically said, Mike, well, what do you mean? I said, well, what do I mean? I mean, oh boy, I had a smile on my face. Literally, I mean, my face like lit up like I was Joker or something from the Batman movies. And I said, well, what do you think I mean? Like, okay, since we're on this topic, man, you know, like, what has Joe done for this country in a year? I had silence from this guy. Silence, complete silence. Didn't say anything. There was no remark, there was no comment, there was nothing, folks. So I waited, you know. And then again, after the silence, right, I said this next question. Oh, I was like, okay, well, here's another question. What has Joe Biden done for this country or for the American people in his 40 plus years since he's been in public office as a senator and as a politician? And yet, guys, silence from this guy. Nothing. He couldn't answer this, folks. He couldn't give me a simple answer to what I was trying to say. And I'm like, well, you know, I have to respect, you know, I respect you as a person. You know, you're a good person. But, you know, why can't you answer, you know, the question that I was asking? And he said, well, you know, I got a lot of things to do. I got to do. I got to go, man. I got to go. I'm sorry. And that was that, folks. I mean, this is exactly what you're seeing now. You know, not to cause a rut or, you know, the fire, you know, in politics here, so to speak. But, you know, if you want to know exactly where Joe Biden's supporters stand, go find a few. You might find a few, don't get me wrong. And when you do, ask them those questions. And you'll be really, really, I wouldn't say you'll be surprised, but you'll expect the same thing that I expected from this guy I know. Complete silence, guys. Because they can't literally... They can't answer the question. Because there's nothing, folks. There's nothing that they can literally answer. To what Joe has done. Because he hasn't done anything. Hasn't done a damn thing. I could tell you what he's done. and what he's good at. He's good at spending money. He's good at basically bankrupting institutions. He's good at fraud. He's good at manipulation. Oh, and the best thing that he's good at, guys, is lying his ass off about anything to not only get ahead in life, but to make you feel like you're all clowns. But I can tell you what, guys. You know who the real clown is? You know who the real clown is? It's Joe Biden. It's a clown show, guys. That's who's running the White House. It's nothing but a big clown show. You'll see. They don't have a message for 2022 for the midterms. They don't even have a message for the general election in 2024. They're losing, guys. His poll numbers are going down literally by the day. I mean, have you seen it? The latest poll, I think he's polling at like a 22%. Guys, that's the lowest any president, even unpopular presidents. Unpopular presidents never polled that low. I mean, look at Barack Obama. Wasn't the most popular president in history, but he still polled higher than a 22. Guys, if your poll numbers are going down that fast, what is that saying about your presidency? What is that saying for your re-campaign attempt? Folks, they don't have it. They don't have nothing. There's nothing behind them. They can't stand on anything. There's no message. There's no agenda. The only message agenda that they have, that they're holding on for like dear life, because that's all they have, is COVID. COVID. That's their baby. That's their machine. That's their weapon. And they're using that on the American public. And they're destroying this country, folks. They are destroying this country like no tomorrow. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about how much you make or how much you don't make, or you don't have a job, or you could be homeless on the street. They don't care about any of that crap. It's all a big power trip to these people. It always has been. The Democrat Party is a new party now. They are more radical than ever before. If you thought Jimmy Carter was bad, if you thought Nixon was bad, oh God. Joe Biden tops them all, folks. With socialism in this country. Everybody's like, oh, we're going to vote for socialism because it's a better thing. Green New Deal. Let's get the Green New Deal. Build back better. More like build back broke. Because that's what Joe's doing. He's bankrupting us. And when all you people start seeing it for what it is, I'm not talking about conservatives. We all get it, folks. We understand what's going on. I'm trying to wake up the liberals. I'm trying to wake up that 20-year-old millennial, right? That lives in mommy and daddy's basement, that thinks that socialism is the greatest thing in the world. It's not, folks. It's not, boys and girls. You want to understand what socialism does to a country? Go look at Venezuela. Go look at Cuba. Go look at communist China. All three of those countries. Once beautiful in their own right. Now look at them. They're cesspools of a nation. They allowed their government to dictate their way of life. And they were so quick to give up their liberties and rights. Just like some of us here in America are doing. We're giving up our rights so quickly. For what? For what? because we're mad because a man, a 70-year-old man, right, tweeted something and hurt your feelings? I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump in 2020. I'm voting for Joe Biden because he's not mean. He's not a racist. He's not a bigot. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, he's not? Oh, Joe isn't not none of them, right? He did say, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. How racist is that? Right? Folks, the creepy old bastard that we have as president right now played you out in 2020. Literally. Played you out. But who am I to say, right? Guys, I got a couple more topics here I want to plug into the show. I do want to take another break. I will be right back. Please stay with us. You're going to want to hear this. This is very, very important. I think it deserves credit here on the show. With that being said, guys, we'll be right back after these words. I am Michael Gardner, the host of the Patriot Angle podcast. Be right back. All right, guys. I got a couple more things here I want to add onto the show today before I forget. I do want to give some thanks, which I don't really do that a lot on the show, and I do apologize because I do want to allow the listeners to understand here just of a following that the show has grown in the last going on 3 years now. We are in season 3 of the podcast, and I do want to allow the listeners to show that I do support you, and I appreciate everything. Whether they're nice comments or, little nasty, hasty kind of comments, right? Hey, I welcome all types of comments. You don't like the show? It's to each his own, right? It's just, you're not breaking my heart. You don't like the show, and maybe this show is not for you. There's many other shows that may grow in interest to you. But the ones that do like this show, thank you for sticking around. And thank you for putting up with my ass, right? Anyway, guys, I do want to basically plug in here on the show, the little section here on the show, which I'm going to start doing from time to time because I do think it's, give credit to what it's due, right? So I do want to give thanks to my regulars here that pop up on my social media accounts, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. Got a lot of following on Instagram, guys. A lot of people that tune into the content that we plug in on the Instagram account, as well as Facebook. We have a Facebook page, the Patriot Angle Podcast, as well as our group page, which I will put in the show notes for as well too. That way you can join our group page, which is free, guys. It's free. Don't worry about it. You don't have to pay me anything. It's free. It's free. Join the Patriot Nation. Right? You want to post something? Guys, by all means, go ahead. I don't shadow ban. I don't, oh, that's mean. I'm not putting that on my group page. I don't do any of that crap, guys. Either myself or my moderator, excuse me. Did I say that right? Moderator. There we go. My moderator, Derek, on the group page, more than welcome your post. Approve it. He better approve it. He's my damn cousin, for that matter, right? But yeah, guys, join our group page. Follow us, like our Facebook page, the Patriot Angle Podcast, as well as our Instagram page. Patriot_Angle_Unfiltered, as well as our website, guys. We got a brand new website, which we have a lot of content on that website, PatriotAnglePodcast.com. Check out our website, guys. Completely free. Don't worry. I know when I plug these in and they're like, oh God, is it free? How much is it? No, guys, it's free. You don't have to worry about it. That's the beauty part of it. It's free. I'm not benefiting anything from this. I only do this because I believe that this is right. This is what we need to do to save our country, to bring back conservatism in this country, not socialism. But yes, guys, head over to the website for all of our content, and you can see all of our episodes on that website as well. As well as our merchandise, guys. You want some patriot conservative merchandise? Join our merchandise, right? Or join, excuse me. Where's my words? I gotta get water. Thank you. Okay, got the water guy. But yeah, go onto our website, our merchandise website, patriotunfiltered.com. Lot of awesome merchandise on there. And if you use Super 10, guys, you'll get 10% off, which that promo code ends pretty soon, guys. So you want to use that promo code before it expires. Super 10 for 10% off. With that being said, guys, I want to, almost forgot, right? I want to give thanks to some listeners here and followers that tune into the show from daily basis. Maybe they listen to it on a weekly scale, whatever. But thank you, guys. Jora_Smith85. Thank you. I noticed that you always like the videos on our Instagram page. Thank you very much. Another one. StarDown00. Mad Mike 781. Thank you. Got a comment coming in from Sheen_Deleb, if I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not pronouncing it, I'm sorry. Please comment the corrections, whether it's on my website or Instagram or Facebook account. I'm sorry, but thank you. Commented, they're earning the name. Commenting for the video clip I put in for the Supreme Court of the United States blocking Biden's mandate, which was a big video. We hit well over 10,000 views, so we went semi-viral on that video. So thank you. Another one, I want to give thank you to Namali82. Comment on a video that I plugged in last week, which was another video that went viral on Instagram, semi-viral. Hit about 15,000 views on that one. Commented that, yes, that is exactly why, as you know, the Democrats wanted him as president/puppet, because they know and understand that he is so completely delusional and he will literally lie through his teeth about every single detail on anything. Therefore, put him in office, let him lie in front of the world, and just sell it. I completely agree with you. And that's what we're seeing every single day from this president. I want to do 2 more, guys. Wish I can give shout-outs to everybody, but the show is limited, guys. Oh, here's one. A Biden supporter. I guess you could say a new follower of mine. I don't know if he follows me or if he just kind of trolls around and just sees what I post, but that's okay. J3SUSSC commented, Biden for 2024. Well, good luck. That's all I got to say on that one. And then the last one, guys, I want to give a shout out to 2 Hours Mark commented, yeah, because the guy who literally sits himself so much, he wears diaper is so much better, they both suck. Not really referring to what they're saying, but thank you. Guys, would love to shout out to everybody, but like I said, the show is limited, but the ones that I did comment, thank you very much, and continue listening, guys. We got a lot of awesome content here on the show. I want to plug in this last video, guys, on the podcast here. Okay, from CNN. Yeah, CNN. Bashing Trump right after his rally last night. Wow, that was fast, right? Yeah, check out what CNN says, guys. This is CNN's Jake Tapper literally revealing the reason Trump went to Arizona. Check this out, guys.
Over the weekend, while Martin Luther King III was in Arizona rallying to expand voting rights, Donald Trump was the same day in the same state doing the exact opposite, continuing to push his big lie.
Last year we had a rigged election and the proof is all over the place. They always talk about the big lie. They're the big lie.
There is a reason Trump was in Arizona, to push the legislature to disenfranchise the state's voters based on all of his deranged election lies.
Hopefully the Attorney General in your state...
Oh, it's deranged, huh? It's deranged, huh, Jake Tapper? Why is it deranged? Because he feels that a man that didn't really campaign a lot during 2019 going into 2020, a man that hid in his basement all the time, a man that got supposedly more votes than any other president in history, more votes than Barack Obama, more votes than even George W. Bush and Bill Clinton for that matter. Yeah. Guys, it's a lot of people are questioning the 2020 election. And if we dare question it, we're the ones that are bigots, racists, homophobes, and this and that. Check out more of delusional Jake Tapper as he's literally revealing why Donald Trump rallied in Arizona to begin with. Guys, I'm telling you, liberalism, it's a disease, folks. It's a mental illness. Check more of this out.
Legislatures will be smart and fair and decisive and let the world know what the hell happened in Arizona.
Steve Bannon says this is part of a nationwide effort to hurt Biden going into the midterms.
Decertify Biden electors in Arizona, in Wisconsin, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, in the great state of Georgia. Those 4 states, we are going to decertify all those electors.
Of course, there is no way in the Constitution to actually do that. And of course, this is not just about 2020 or 2022. Trump, the day before, delivered a message to a county Republican party in Pennsylvania. Pay attention to this part.
We have to be a lot sharper the next time when it comes to counting the vote. There's a famous statement, sometimes the vote counter is more important than the candidate, and we can't let that ever happen again. They have to get tougher and smarter.
Democrats are very focused right now on Capitol Hill about beating back Republican efforts at the state level that make it...
Shut this idiot off. How is it an election conspiracy? This idiot from CNN, Jake Tapper, he's a freaking idiot. The election conspiracy didn't work in 2020, but it might work now. Well, no shit. Because people seen the fraud that was coming in over the hours in Georgia and Pennsylvania and key battleground states. They chose these battleground states for a purpose, folks. Are you starting to understand it now? I'm not speaking to the conservatives. I'm speaking to the liberal sheep out there. Are you starting to see it now? Oh, you don't have much to say about Biden now, right? You talked how great he was in December of 2020 going into January, but you ain't saying jack shit about Biden now, right? You're awfully quiet. The Democratic Party is awfully quiet. The radical left-wing media is awfully nervous about 2024 and the midterms. They're nervous as hell. You know why they're nervous? Because they know that the American people are starting to stand up and see the fraud for what it is. They know that they were manipulated in 2020. They know that they were lied to from the radical left in 2020. and they're not standing for it anymore, folks. They're waking up. They want their country back. We don't want to wear masks anymore. We don't want the government to dictate our public health choices. It is up to the individual, not the federal government. The people see that, and they're not going to be dictated to anymore. I shouldn't have to wear a freaking diaper on my face just to do things here in America. Again, it's America. It's not a third world hellhole. We don't live in communist China. We don't live in Venezuela where we don't have any rights. And we sure as hell don't live in Cuba where we don't have any freedoms. We have freedoms and liberties in this country, protected by the Almighty God and protected by our constitutional Bill of Rights signed for by our 4 founding fathers. This is America. We, the people, have the power to elect government officials to lead by example. It's not the other way around, folks. It's not the other way around. I can tell you something here in closing. The DOJ needs to stop dragging their feet and bring charges on every senator and every congressman and woman involved in the fraudulent activity during the real insurrection, which was in November of 2020, the general election. That was the real insurrection. And stop looking at January 6th as the worst all-end-all type of crap. Wasn't worse than 9/11, and it sure as hell wasn't worse than any other event prior to that. It was a couple, 40, 50 people, if that stormed the Capitol. I could be wrong by the number. But there was some people that were angry and broke into the Capitol, which I don't support. I think that was wrong. Yes, they should go to jail because they're breaking and entering on federal property. But they didn't murder anybody. They didn't kill anybody. They didn't hold people up to their life with guns and semi-automatic weapons. I mean, the radical left is talking about, oh my God, it's so terrible. It's terrible what happened. Terrible. And another thing, folks, here. It's interesting how the GOP gained seats in Congress and various state seats across the country. No one complained about these vote counts, even though they were on the same ballots. I'm talking about the rhinos out there, the so-called Republicans. You tell them they're more turncoats than anything. But that's what you get when you elect simple-minded morons into office. Check more here of Jake Tapper and his ridiculous, crazy conspiracy crap that he basically plugs into his show on CNN. No wonder their ratings are going down. Check more of this out.
Tougher to vote. And while it's true many of those efforts are predicated on Trump's big lie, the focus of the seditious conspiracy we all witnessed was more focused on the counting, not the casting of the votes. Because when Trump says, quote, we have to be a lot sharper the next time when it comes to counting the vote, unquote, it's pretty clear he means stop counting the votes when he's up.
Oh, shut up. Stop counting the votes? We all know what Trump really means by we have to get more tougher on the counting. Meaning when I'm up at the vote count, stop counting. No, that's not what he means, you simple-minded idiot. He means that the people that are ballot counters, ballot officials, people that work at the voting booths, the voting places, buildings, libraries, wherever the hell they have these things at, look for suspicious activity. right? Open your eyes, open your ears, and look. It's not conspiracy. It's doing the right thing for the American people. We want a fair and open election. Nothing more. We don't want fraud elections. We don't want rigged elections. We don't want our election to be stolen from the American people. Our voice counts. And if you vote for, say, Donald Trump, then your vote should go to Donald Trump and nothing more. If you vote for Joe Biden, your vote should go to Joe Biden. He's not saying that. He's saying that the next election should be fair and open and honest. That's all he's saying, Jake Tapper. Get your head out of your ass and start understanding what people are saying and stop doing the flip-flop scenario. I'm tired of that shit. That being said, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight on the website, guys, we're going to have an exclusive website-only episode. Going to have Brad from U.S. Freedom Fighters joining the show tonight. That episode will be plugged in later this evening. It's going to be a pre-recorded episode. Never had Brad on the show. It's going to be very, very interesting, guys. You're going to want to check that out. I've had Jerry on the show, which is the one of the trainers at U.S. Freedom Fighters. It's a good cause. It's a good group page on Facebook. You'll want to check them out, guys. They believe in fighting for America and conservative patriots all out there. You're going to want to check them out. Follow them, guys. I'm a proud supporter of U.S. Freedom Fighters, and it's going to be a great honor and a privilege to be talking to one of the founders. Yeah, one of the founders of U.S. Freedom Fighters. You're going to want to check us out tonight, guys, on the website, PatriotAnglePodcast.com. It's only going to be exclusive on the website. You're going to want to check that out. Really good conversation with Brad, one of the founders of the U.S. Freedom Fighters page. So, with that being said, guys, thank you for taking your time listening to the podcast. I hope you learned something from today's show. And with that being said, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot, guys. Patriot Unfiltered Raw. You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle Podcast, an Anchor platform.